Good morning, all of you. So let's get started. Let's go to the next slide. In the previous class, we had discussed what was centroid. Centroid is nothing but whenever we have a point of intersection of the medians. Whenever we have three or more medians meeting in a triangle, that particular point is called as the centroid. Okay, we'll see some more problems based on that. They have given us OL equals 8x and OQ equals 9x plus 6. In each of these, they are asking us to find the value of x. Okay, I'll do the first one, then give you a chance to work on the other two. Okay, we know that the OL is a line segment starting from the vertex and up to centroid. So OL is going to be equal to 2/3 of this whole median, that is OQ. This is Q, okay? 2/3 of OQ. So just substitute that and try to find the value of x. So we have 8x equals 2/3 of 9x plus 6. So further, if I simplify that, I will have okay, 9 divided by 3 is 3, so I'll have 3x inside, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. 8x equals 2 times of 3x plus 2. So further, 2 times 3x is 6x, and 2 times 2 is 4. Subtracting 6x from both sides, I'll have 2x equals 4, and dividing by 2 on both sides, I get x equals 2. Okay, that was for the first one. Now I want you all to try the second and third. NL and ML, second and third. I'll give you exactly like a minute. So just try to finish that and then use chat to indicate your answers. You have a minute from now. Complete these two, second and third. Well, let's check our answers as majority of you have suggested. We'll see the second one. NL and NP. Once again here, NL is 2/3 of NP. And that given NL as x plus 4 equals 2/3 of 3x plus 3. Okay, 3x divided by 3 is x and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So you'll have 2 types of x plus 1 here if you divide by 3 on the right side. And further, this will be 2x plus 2. Okay, let's get all the x terms towards one side and the variables onto the others. So subtract x on both sides and also subtract 2 from both sides. So that gives us x and x will get crossed out, 2 and 2 will get crossed out. 2x minus x is x and 4 minus 2 is 2. So x equals 2, which most of your friends had. That's right. For second one, x equals 2. Let's see the last one. ML and MR. Once again, it's same. ML equals 2/3 of MR. We'll use this space. ML equals 2/3 of MR, and the equation that we had was ML was 10x minus 4 and MR was 12x plus 18. So once again, 12 divided by 3 is 4 and 80 divided by 3 is 6. I'm only simplifying the right hand side as of now, and for the 2 times 4 is 8 and 2 times 6 is 12. Subtract 8x on both sides and 4 on both sides. 10x minus 8x gives us 2x. Equals 12 plus 4 is 16. Dividing by 2 on both sides, I'll have x equals 8. Which most of your friends had, that's right. So let's move on to the next slide. We saw problems based on the property of the centroid. We are seeing one more proof. They have given that triangle ABC is isosceles. BD is the median of the triangle ABC. BD is the median to triangle to the base AC, and they are asking us to prove that BD is also an altitude. We have to prove that this particular angle is 90 degrees or this angle is 90 degrees. One of that we have to prove to show that BD is an altitude. So let's write statements and reasons. I will write the statements and you can fill up the reasons for each of them. So whatever was given, I'm just writing in the first step. So next I can write AB equals BC. I want you to give that reason, and I can also write BD equals or congruent to BD itself. I can write this as well. Write the reason for this. And I can also write AD equals DC. Okay. I can write AD equals or AD is congruent to DC. Which means I can say that those two triangles are congruent by one of the congruence postulate. I want you to give that reason. So I can say triangle ABD and CBD are congruent. So which means I can say that angle ADB is congruent to angle CDB. I want you to list the reason for this as well. and the last whatever they had asked, BD is the altitude. Okay, just list out the reasons for these steps. I'll give you like a minute or so. The triangle, once again I want to just draw that particular triangle so that you can take a look. So this is your triangle. Okay, use that, complete. You have like a minute and a half, and after that we will go over the reasons. As your friend suggested, that's absolutely right. This was from definition of median, the second definition of isosceles triangle, you can say that. Second one was definition of isosceles triangle. And the third, the reason is reflexive property. Reflexive property of congruent segment, to be more accurate. And then you have AD is congruent to DC by definition of median. Okay, this is just definition of median. And as majority of you pointed out, this is going to be SSS, triangle congruency. Next we have angle ADB is congruent to angle CDB by your CPCT. C, that's the thing, but corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And once again, angle ADB and CDB will add to 180 degree. We know that is linear pair postulate. Linear pair postulate. And here in step 8, I'm just substituting CDB equals ADB from 6. So substitution property. So which means I'll have 2 ADB equals 180 degrees, and dividing by 2 on both sides, I'll get angle ADB equals 90 degrees. So I just applied division property, right? And finally, I'll have BD is the altitude by definition of altitude. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Triangle inequalities. Okay, till now we saw the centroid and its properties and problems based on that. We are moving into the next part, which is triangle inequalities. Very important. We are going to see few theorems and also solve problems based on that. If one side of a triangle is larger than the other side of the same triangle, then the angle opposite to the first side is larger than the angle opposite to the second side. What does that mean? Okay, here I have this particular side AB which is greater than BC. This angle opposite to AB is angle BAC. So angle BCA. Angle opposite to it is angle BCA. And I know side BC is smaller than side AB. And the angle opposite to BC is BAC. Angle BAC. Okay. So we had AB greater than BC, which implies the side opposite to AB is angle BCA is going to be greater than angle BAC. That's what this particular triangle inequality property says. AB is greater than BC, so measure of angle C is greater than measure of angle A, or if I am representing angle using 3 letters, angle BCA is greater than angle BAC. Okay, you have to keep this first property of triangle inequality in mind. Will be 6 upper. Same way, the other way is also true. If one angle of a triangle is larger than the other angle in the same triangle, then the side opposite to the first angle is longer than the side opposite to the second angle. So in this, let's assume this is a given triangle. If this angle is 50 degrees, angle A, and angle C is 30 degrees, then the side opposite to 50 degrees is side BC is going to be greater than side opposite to C, which is side AB. Okay, side BC is going to be greater than side AB. Okay, both the ways it will work. The converse will also work. If they have given you the sides, the larger side will have the opposite larger angle. If they have given you the larger angle, the side corresponding to the larger angle will be greater than the other one. Okay, let's see a few problems based on them. Okay, I'm going to work the first one, then I'll give you time for the second and third. Name the largest angle in each of them. So here the largest side in the first one is not this, but this one. Okay, at the side up, this is the side, and the angle opposite to this is angle C. So I just say angle C, or if you want to use 3 letter, it is angle ACB. Okay, I'll give you 20 to 30 seconds. List the largest angle for 2 and 3. Okay. Okay. On the second one, we have the largest side is 11, and the angle opposite to that is this particular P. So it is going to be angle RPQ, or just P if you have written, or QPR. Angle RPQ or QPR or angle P. And for the third, the largest side is 33, and the angle opposite to that is angle G, or you can say angle FGH, or you can also say HGF, both. All the three be the same angle. Okay, these three, all the three be the same angle. Let's see the next one. Name the longest side. I'll do the first one once again, and I want you to try the other two. If this is 96 and this is 41, to avoid the benefit of doubt, just let's see what is angle S first. Angle S is going to be 180 minus 96 minus 41. So 43 is this particular angle. So definitely the largest side is going to be corresponding to 96. So TS. Then after that, if you want to list the order in which the sides are, I can also list that TS is going to be greater than the next one. The next largest angle is 43, so RT. Then we will have RS. But actually you don't need these two. Only the question that they had asked was list the largest side, so TS is good enough. Okay, this is the answer. This one I'm just giving you little extra information. To the second and third, just list the largest side in your chat. We will see the next slide after that. As your friend suggested, this time the largest angle here is going to be let's see here, this is 64, this is 58. Angle J is going to be 180 minus 64 minus 58, which is going to be 58 itself. So this, the largest angle I can make out, angle K is the largest angle, so side opposite to angle K is JH. So JH is the correct answer over here. And for this third one, I have angle C is 81, angle B is 17, and therefore angle A will be, just subtract these two, 81 and 17 from 180 to get this particular angle A as 82. Okay, angle A is 82. So the of the three, 82 is the largest, so the angle we have largest is 82, side opposite to that is CB, so BC is the largest side, or CB is the largest side. Okay, let's see the next slide. Okay, triangle inequality theorem. So we saw triangle inequality properties, two of them. Now we are seeing the theorem. Using this, we'll be solving some more problems in the next few slides. So just see this particular theorem. The sum of the lengths of two sides of triangle must be greater than the length of the third side. This is your first theorem. Whenever you have a triangle, the sum of the length of two sides of triangle must be greater than the length of the third side. Any two sides you pick up, its length should be greater than the third side. That's your first triangle equality theorem, which you have to keep in mind. For example, here AB plus BC should be greater than AC. Same way, AC plus BC should be greater than AB, and AB plus AC should be greater than BC. Okay, just take down this particular theorem. I'll give you 20 to 30 seconds, and then we'll see the next slide. Let's see the next slide. Okay, they have given us that measure of angle J is less than measure of angle K, which is less than measure of angle L. Okay, so same way, the largest side is going to be JK. The largest side is JK, then followed by here JL, and then followed by KL. Okay, this will be the order. So they have given us here JK is the thick butt 21, and JL is the thick butt X, and KL is the thick butt 9. Okay, these are the possible values of the X. So X should lie between 9 and 21. Using the triangle inequality theorem, the first thing that we learn. And we can also have this one also true. The sum of the two sides should be greater than X. This is also true. Set of all those values such that 21 plus 9 should always be greater than X. But this will give us a lot of values, but this will give us more accurate values. So that's why I've listed this. Okay, I think we are running out of time over here for the quiz. So this will be the last problem that I'll do. Then I'll give you a chance to work on the your test or quiz, I mean. Here we'll use the triangle inequality theorem instead of the property. It says that sum of any two sides will be greater than the third side. What does that mean? It means that JK plus KL is greater than JL. So I'll have 12 plus X plus 20 plus 20 minus X is greater than 15. So this will not make any sense to me because I will not need this at all. Okay, I will not need this one. So let's see the other combinations. There are three possibilities, right, with triangle inequality. So this is our true, so it doesn't give us any extra input. The other possibilities are add the other two sides. 20 minus x plus 15 is greater than 12 plus x. Okay, this is one possibility. And the other possibility is once again 12 plus x plus 15 is greater than 20 minus x. Using these two, I can get the range of values for x. Let's see how is that. So let me call this as 1 and this is 2. This third one is of no use, so we will just use these two to get the range of values. So using this 20 minus x plus 15 is greater than 12 plus x. 20 plus 15 here is 35 minus x greater than 12 plus x. Okay, what I'll do is I'll add x on both sides and subtract 12 from both sides. Add x and subtract 12. So that gives us 35 minus 12 is nothing but 23, right? And xx will get crossed out here, 12 and 12 will get crossed out, x plus x here is 2x. And here dividing by 2 I get x value such that x values are less than 23 over 2. From this one I get this particular conclusion. And from the other equation, we had the other equation which is 12 plus x plus 15 greater than 20 minus x. So we had 12 plus 15 is nothing but 27. So 27 plus x is greater than 20 minus x. Okay, let me add x here and subtract 27. So that gives me 2x is greater than negative 7. Okay, then divide by 2 on both sides, I'll get x greater than negative 7 over 2. Okay, x greater than negative 7 over 2. Using these two equations, I can write the range of values for x. The least of this is negative 7 over 2. X is greater than 7 over 2 and it is less than 23 over 2. This is the range of values that x can take. This should be our final answer. Okay, we will continue with some more problems on this in the next class. I want you all to use this time to complete your Unit 5 quiz which is there on the hub. So log in and complete Unit 5 quiz. You have rest of the class time to complete that.